Welcome to Rent TV, the Cancel Show. What are y'all gonna do when y'all find out that Jay-Z's just like Diddy? What are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do? I feel like y'all will lose your minds. It's like with the Diddy situation, Diddy wasn't really like much of a likable guy. Yeah, people like the image and the idea of Diddy, but people didn't really necessarily, cause it's like you weren't as hypnotized into the guy that Diddy was. No pun intended. A pun intended either way now. No Diddy. Because he didn't really like rap or made music like that. He wasn't really a musician. He was more of an executive. Even though it's funny how the news and a lot of these other outlets are calling him a rapper. You know, once they attach that rapper thing to you, you know what that means. But he was never that. So he never had the words and stuff as far as through music to hypnotize some of y'all the way some of these rappers do. Or the way like a guy like Jay-Z has, right? So what are y'all gonna do when y'all find out? Yeah, all these things y'all think about Diddy, that's what Jay is. What y'all gonna do? And you find out Beyonce is like Kim Porter. What y'all gonna do? Rihanna is like Cassie. What are y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna go on a riot or something? Like, it's like with this Diddy thing, just prepare yourself, or at least get it through y'all minds that a lot of these guys are similar, bro. They're into what they're into, bro. Now, you could still like their music if you want, and like the stuff that they do if you want, but the time we're in and the era we're in, you need to be able to separate. I'm not saying separate people doing like messed up stuff, like a lot of the stuff that they're saying that he did. Or let's talk about what we've seen, at least that video. I'm not saying to support people who do stuff like that, but I'm just saying as far as sexuality wise, if someone chooses to be a certain way, you you can still like their music if you choose to. You don't necessarily have to, like, you know what I'm saying? Or if they're into like, or if you find out a girl is into like, I'm not saying Cassie was into that because it seems like Diddy introduced her to it, but there's some girls who that's their lifestyle. What if there's someone who you're a fan of, not just music, they make movies and they do all these other things, or they might be in politics or whatever, but after the cameras go off and the spotlight go, when they go behind the scene, they're a nympho or something like that. Like, are y'all prepared to find... Like, I feel like that's the purpose that this Diddy stuff is serving for a lot of people, but they're not even paying attention to that. It's like, bro, but again, at the end of the day, me personally speaking, I'm not saying I know people who do freak offs, but I know, and I feel like everybody know, if we're being honest, you know, certain people like in your life that's into certain things. And I'm not saying nothing illegal necessarily or anything that hurts other people. I'm just saying they're into certain things that might be viewed as wild. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are y'all gonna accept when y'all find out certain... And of course, these people on the other side, they take things to an extreme, but that's what happens when you have money, fame, and power, bro. Like, what are y'all gonna do when y'all start finding out, like, bro, these people are into some other stuff? And then when spirituality gets into it, they're into that. It's like, at the end of the day, bro, y'all might not like none of them, bro, the way it's looking. Y'all might not end up liking any of them, bro. It seems like, at the end of the day, people either just gonna have to make their music, and then that's it. You don't know anything about them outside of that. For people to be a fan of them, it seems like. But then we're going into an era where people want to hear from you. People want to see what your personality is like. People want to see what you're into. So it's like, it's that transition period we are from where it's like everything was kind of hidden and in the shadows to now where it's like people want to know about you. They want to know your personality, where if they don't know that, they don't want to hear your music to a certain degree. They don't want to like watch your movies, or they're not that into you. I mean, it's slightly a little different for actors and shit, but they don't really want to. People want to hear you speak. People want to know what your personality is like. It's like that's the era we're into, where it's just like certain people pull it off where you don't know much about them and they're kind of very reclusive, and they still manage to garner a certain amount of attention. But at the end of the day, bro, it's like it's that time period where it's like things are like crossing paths, and it's like when y'all stop finding out, because there's no way y'all really believe Diddy's the only one who lives like that over there. Like, Diddy's the only one who lives like that over there, and then everybody else is just keeping Diddy's secret for him. Like, oh, here comes Diddy. He's the only guy that's into freak offs and those type of stuff. Everybody here is just gonna keep Diddy's secret, and he's gonna be the only guy who does that. Come on, bro.